Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
Oh, there's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop?
It's down.
It's down in the sphere.
All right, good evening and welcome to the Lanier County Coaches Show. Keith Newbert along with Coach Rob Brunell, head coach of our Lady Dog softball team, and Jeremy Lewis is on the controls. We're here live from the Huddle House again this evening. Coach, how you been doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yep.
Good practice this afternoon.
Yeah, good work today. We kind of ran over some things, but we had actual practice today, and we practiced a little bit yesterday. So we've had 2 good days in a row. Getting ready for the ball game tomorrow. So
yeah, got going to go over to Homerville tomorrow afternoon and play clinch.
Right.
That'll be probably their senior night.
Probably.
We always follow into those things.
They try to do something along the line with us. And, of course, it's always a tough place to play. When you get to add that and mix into it a little bit, it'll be a tough environment for sure.
That's right. Then Wednesday you're supposed to go to Turner.
Supposed to, yeah. They forfeited a game or so early in the year. And the reason we actually rescheduled this one is because they had some conflict with ROTC on Thursday, and so I don't know if that's going to affect them for Wednesday or not. We'll try to call them tomorrow morning and find out for sure what they're going to do.
That's right. Well, you had a busy week last week. You played over in Atco on Monday.
Right.
Beat them 13-0, I believe, was the final.
Yeah.
Scored 10 in the first.
Yeah, we did. Really disciplined with the bats in the first, and then kind of got a little undisciplined in the second, and then kind of decided back again third to kind of go, start swinging it again. I thought the girl for them actually, I thought threw the ball fairly well, but we really were on pitches that day. We'd really worked on some stuff as far as what she was doing and how we need to hit it, so we really seemed to be pretty disciplined with what we were doing. So.
Gotcha. And, of course, Wednesday afternoon we hosted Wilcox.
Right.
Things didn't go our way, but
no.
But I told somebody we lost the game 4-1, but we had been on about a 14-game winning streak.
14 15 game winning streak. Yeah, something like that.
But sometimes if you're going to lose one, it's good to go ahead and get one in the regular season and not postseason.
Well, that's true. Really, I have to say I was fuming on the way home.
That's right.
I felt like that we didn't swing the bats really well. We knew what she was going to do. We knew how she was going to throw the ball. We know what area she likes to work. We had worked on hitting that area and how to hit it and how to drive it, and
That's right.
we just did not do it. I think, of course, it was homecoming week, so there was a lot going on through the week, and to me, like I said, I was fuming on the ride home, but then, I don't think I got to bed till close to a little before midnight and woke up at 4 in the morning still thinking about it. So, but on my ride back to school the next morning, I kind of thought about it, and I figured exactly like you did. One, if we were going to lose one, we probably needed to lose a little in that situation, maybe to get us refocused to not think we were probably really better than we are. I mean, I think we just got a little too big for our britches, maybe a little bit. And the other part is I think we looked fairly tired. I mean, we just looked tired, I think, because of everything that was going on early part of the week with games, and then, everybody decorating floats and up and such excitement with everything at homecoming. I think it just wore on us a little bit, and the girls looked a little tired.
Yeah.
I didn't think Aniston was as sharp as she has been. She got to a lot of deep counts, which was unusual for her over the last bit. So when you do that, some things are bound to happen, and they they got a couple of good hits, but then most of the runs they got were on bleeders, kind of up the middle. Just they didn't hit it very hard. It just kind of found its spot and rolled on through. And you give a team like that opportunity, they're going to do it, and you got to take your hat off to her. I mean, she pitched that girl Chastity pitched a really good ball game. She kept us off balance, and we didn't do much with it, really, and truthfully.
Well, I was there for the first 5 innings, and I had to leave, and Clint Brown had took over for me, but kind of didn't. We didn't look sharp, but then you get to thinking about it, and you think, well, there's so many distractions. Man, if you can have a worse week to have homecoming for softball.
Well, exactly. And again, I gave the girls I don't give them a heart, but I just I don't say I don't like homecoming week in the fashion of the fact that homecoming, it's an important situation for the kids in the school and the girls and everything especially, but it is a very difficult time to play a heavy region opponent in that time, because it's hard to stay focused, and like I said, there's just a lot going on, and it can wear on you both mentally and physically, and like I said, we just didn't look as sharp as we have, but like I told the girls, I said, it was hard to watch and hard to see us do things, but they were. I saw them all dressed up and whatever. And they all looked. They were all beautiful and just a different. So I understand why it's important.
That's right.
But it's a hard time, and it really, it's hard to stay focused, and it's hard to kind of keep doing things. And that team came in focused. When I talked to the girls prior to the game, I told them, I said they would love nothing more, especially because it was senior night as well. Mm-hmm. They'd love nothing more than to knock off the top undefeated team in the region and the team that is ranked 4th in the state. They'd love nothing better than to do that, and they came in with that mentality, and I thought they kind of put it to us, to be honest with you. I mean, but in hindsight, looking at it, I mean, it's made the last couple days focus for us has been much, much better now. So I think it maybe was a little bit of a wake-up call for us, and that's good. I mean, we needed that.
That's right. Yeah, they were certainly on their game. They didn't make any errors, not that I remember seeing.
They didn't, and we did. We made some uncharacteristic errors. We threw a ball away on a double play that we didn't need to throw. We had some plays up the middle where we had plays at the plate instead of hitting our cutoff, which we work on day in, day out on how to get that ball rolled through there and to get in there quicker. We made high throws and air-mailed the catcher and air-mailed back. We even threw one in the dugout. I mean,
that's right.
So something that's just not characteristic for us. But that's a lack of focus and a lack of concentration. And like I said, when you're tired and there's too much going on, that happens. So
that's right.
But you live and learn, you move on.
That's right. And I know you have, and you said you had 2 good days of practice so far. Practice some Sunday, I guess, and then again today. And so.
Yeah, we came out Sunday, practiced a couple hours, and really just worked on a little defense, but did a good bit of hitting. Kind of worked on some things and did the same thing today. And the girls seemed to be, like I said, playing a little better, swinging the bats a little better, a little more rested. I mean, they even made a couple of girls made a comment, said we probably needed these few days off, because it gets to be a long season when you start. Like we start. I mean, we start deep in the summer and we go on through, and I try to give them as many breaks as I can. But, the way our schedule's set up and the way the region plays every Tuesday, Thursday, and you got games left and right, and I mean, it's really not too much of a break. It's hard to give them too much. So,
that's right.
But maybe it rested us a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, really, it's hard to believe that we're here at the end of the season. We're in the last week of the regular season. That season's kind of flew by. You start, I guess, 1st of August, and you play August and September, and bam, it's over with.
It's there in a hurry, and the thing is, we're one of the only few regions that really starts a region play within the first week or so of school. I mean, we start as soon as the season opens. August 2nd? I think our first region game was like the 7th. I mean, it was early, the day we started school, I believe.
That's right, yeah. Well, you had a game scheduled before school started, and they canceled, I think.
I did, and they've actually supposedly rescheduled it for this next week or this week, but they're in their region tournament, and they're going to let us know if they don't go deep enough in their region tournament. I'm not holding out hopes, to be honest with you. I figure it's going to be us tomorrow and Wednesday, and that'll be it until whatever we see seeding wise for the playoffs.
Well, they may look at it and see, hey, do we need to play this to try to get in, or do we need to hold off and not play it because we're already in?
Yeah, I think they're in, but it could be a shuffle situation. If they might fall up, they might fall where they have to, them and another may have to play us. I mean, it'll be interesting if that happens.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Well, let's take a break here and let Jeremy get a word from the sponsors. We'll come back and talk about these last couple of ball games, and then talk a little bit about the postseason.
Okay.
All right.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger, and you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
Oh, there's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop?
It's down.
It's down in the sphere. All right, we're back here live on the LC Coaches Show from the Huddle House here in downtown Lakeland. We appreciate Mr. Jimmy Brown allowing us to host these shows here most every Monday night. We missed last Monday. Softball was playing over in Atco, so we took the week off and come back in here tonight and saw Mr. Jimmy come by earlier and wave. If you haven't eaten dinner, come by and see him, and they got a special going on. I think he said if you buy a $7 meal, a kid eats free.
Ooh, gotta like that now.
I believe every $7 meal that you purchase on your order, one kid eats free. So bring the kids in, mom and dad eat, and the kids eat free. So you can't beat that one. So it said Mondays and Tuesday nights. So make sure to tell everybody Mondays and Tuesday nights, kids eat free with a $7 adult purchase. Well, Coach, we're here, and like we said, we're down to the final week of the regular season. Mm-hmm. We know we got clinch tomorrow. Hopefully, we're thinking about Turner on Wednesday.
Right.
And then possibly, is that Miller County?
Possibly Miller County sometime later in the week. Thursday, I won't say Friday, probably Thursday. Probably a 3-day situation for us if it all falls out. That'll all depend on kind of what they've got going on.
The makeup date if possible.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, they had a couple of dates already. One was coming early, then they was coming to play a doubleheader on a Saturday.
Yeah, then we moved it to an earlier time on a Saturday to just a one-game situation, and then 2 days before that they called and decided they weren't coming for that one either. So we shuffled it all kind of places, to be honest with you. But I mean, look, I get it. Sometimes people, they don't want to play us.
That's right.
I mean, you want to be the honest truth. I just don't think sometimes people want to play us.
That's right. Well, we've gotten before. Why are we going so far away to play? Well, nobody around here wants to play us.
And that happens. I mean, so
we start having some success. Even the Valdostas and the folks like that don't want to play you anymore.
Yeah, in this case, of course, Kim Gore, she came over and played us this year. She's,
That's right.
She's working hard with that program and trying to get them better, and they are. They're learning a lot, and they're really kind of working. But if you're a program that's trying to figure out, how to play well, and you got to play some upper level teams, and
that's right.
And we're one of those upper level teams. But it'll be the same thing for us next year when we go to regular region play. We don't have this point system stuff.
That's right.
I'm gonna go play some bigger schools, bigger situations, much stronger teams than us to see really where we are and kind of help develop us along a little better. So
that's right.
I'll take on anybody. I'm not scared of anybody.
That's right. That's right.
The group I got.
Well, what Coach is talking about, next year the power rating systems will be gone. And GHSA met today, and they finalized all that was voted and approved today. It's just been speculation and talk until this afternoon. This afternoon they voted, and the executive committee voted to abolish the power rating system. Class A will be totally split, publics and privates.
Right.
So you would think that the structure of our region will change a little bit.
It will. I think there's some different scenarios I think that are out there that are, at least 2 or 3 possibilities of where we could end up in different things. I've heard, most of us staying here in our region, minus, say, Wilcox and Telfair, they'll go up. We'll get Brooks. You'll still have Irwin and Atco and Eccles and Charlton and us, and I think Turner will go elsewhere. But then there was a scenario that we might be in the region with Baconton Charter and Seminole and Miller and that side, part of that. So, I think there's until that all shakes out, but I would say we would still have, right now just ours minus probably Telfair and Wilcox. They'll go up to another area over there, I think.
That's right. Well, you kind of look at it, and we're a long ways away from Calhoun County and Miller County and some of those. We've been there before, been in those regions before. But I've looked at it a little bit, and of course we won't know until I think they make they do the counting for it. They do the FTEs, which is something to do with the number of kids at each school.
Right.
That's done in October. So next month, at the earliest, so the end of next month, we would know kind of where everybody sits. And what they voted on today was the smallest 20% of schools will be in Class A, the largest 10% will be in 7A, and an equal number in 2A through 6A.
Yeah.
Which is very similar to what we had.
Right.
But I've looked at it, and if you do grades 8th through 11th in the March count, which would have put you in the last school year, those kids are now in the 9th through the 12th.
Right.
In this school year, Brooks County had 589 kids.
Right.
If the GHSA puts 6 schools with 600 and fewer kids in Class A, man, it's going to be difficult for a lot of programs.
It'll make some shuffling now. Where it really kind of is going to make it difficult is in the football area of things. I mean, in your other sports, it's probably not as big a situation, but football is going to be a huge situation. I mean, and you take a team like Brooks, big football school, big football team. I mean, and you put her in any region, they're one of the top teams in that region, regardless of whether they played a ball game there or not. So if there are 3 or 4 other strong teams in that region already, somebody's battling for 5th.
That's right.
I mean, it's kind of so. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I think that there's still some different scenarios got to work out, and then people can petition to go here or go there. So all those things are kind of parts of it. So we'll see.
That's right. Well, the number of schools decreases because all the privates go somewhere else. So you lose Region 5A is no longer what it is now.
Right.
All the schools in Region 5A are private.
Right.
So that there'll be a brand new Region 5A. Be totally brand new, but all public schools.
But you still got, some privates in, what is it, 7A?
7A has all privates but 2.
3A's, I mean,
And then 3A has 3 or 4 privates. So the numbers is going to decrease. So you would think you would be, and they look at football first, so you figure 6 football schools per region.
Right.
And then they'll add in like Eccles County and Bacon has football now, but Eccles County and folks like that that don't play football go into these regions, which will probably be with Eccles County no matter what.
Right.
But so you would look for our region to be smaller. Now another thing I looked at is you take Region 3, and McIntosh County Academy is sitting over in Darien on the Georgia coast.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they're in Region 3A. Their sub-region includes the Savannah private schools.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Once those private schools are gone out of their region, McIntosh County Academy is over there on an island by herself.
Mm-hmm.
We're the closest folks to them.
Right.
I don't know how we would, Lanier, Clinch, Eccles, Atkinson, wouldn't be in the same region.
Yeah.
I don't know how we don't pick them up.
Well, you might.
But GHSA does crazy things. We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll have to see how they do it when they make the move. But, hey, either way, getting rid of the power rank system.
That's the best thing that's happened since they started it. So
it allows us to play a little bit better, and we can play more folks.
Well,
what we need to do.
We've manipulated that thing as other schools. And you have to figure out a way to get in the playoffs.
You got to learn how to do it. That's for sure. You got to know what you're doing.
But anyway, it's gone after this year. So once we start these playoffs, this will be the last time playoffs are based on power ranking points.
Yep.
So talking about the points, right now we're around 6th or 7th. We bounce back in 2, and that could change by the hour, and it will do that until Saturday, Sunday.
Right. And if you look at it where we are sitting, it looks this 7th, I think, is where it has us right now. But if you look at what's above us, because there's a couple different teams from each region, only one of them can win the region situation. So
that's right.
I think we're looking at probably a 4 or 5, maybe a 3, depending on how people drop and move. But, anywhere 3, 4, 5, like I said, a couple weeks ago. I think that's probably, we'll end up somewhere in there.
That's right. We got Region 6 up there with Gordon Lee and Tryon.
Right.
Only one of them can win the region, so the other one's going to fall below us. You got Region 4.
4A was at
Sly County and Marion.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Marion?
And Marion.
One of them's going to win the region, one of them's not, and the other one's going to fall below us.
And then you've got ECI's up there, and then Georgia Military's up there with somebody else that's in their region. There's Ace Charter is up in there, but Ace Charter is down below Georgia Military as far as region records go, but Georgia Military is below us point-wise. So all that's going to change over the next little bit, but, one of them is going to have to come down. So
that's right.
We'll be one of those 3 spots, I would think,
that's
one
right.
way or the other.
It's
fine.
Which will land us a first-round bye.
Right.
We'll host a second round here in Lakeland.
Right.
We win that, and we'll go back to Columbus.
Yes, sir.
So that's the plan.
when we win that, we're going back to Columbus.
When we win that, we're going back to
Columbus. We already got hotel reservations. So
that's right. That's right.
We're planning on being in Columbus.
That's right.
And, the girls, that's been our ultimate goal from the very beginning. They set a goal, win the region championship first, and then get ourselves back to Columbus. So we're close. We're close to that. With the game against Clinch tomorrow should solidify it for us. We win that game against Clinch tomorrow, and then we'll be region champions. So
that's right.
The girls know what's at stake at this point.
That's right. Well, Clinch is a much improved ball team. They have in double digits in wins.
They are. Yep.
They're fighting for a playoff berth.
They are.
Don't know how long it's been since they made the playoffs. I haven't kept up with them, but it's probably been a while.
It's probably been a while.
It's probably been a while. They're down there around 25th, 26th.
Yeah, I think
27th.
I think I looked today. It was sitting 27. They need a couple, and I don't think they got much left, really. That's going to help them.
They're going to look for a win tomorrow afternoon. If they got that win, they know they'd make the playoffs. So
they would, and it would hurt us, really. But
that's right.
We're not. We have no. Well, we don't have any intention to let that happen.
That's right.
We're going to come to battle. That's for sure.
That's right. But they'll be ready because they want to get that playoff spot. So
and it's a close rival. It's a rivalry game. It doesn't matter how you look at it. Everybody's ready in a rivalry game.
That's right. Coach Lee Douglas is over there. I know Lee a little bit. I know he has a spreadsheet that he knows it before the GHSA lets you get everybody know what the power rankings are. He already knows them. So
He'll know that. I probably ask him tomorrow night, and he'll tell me where I'm going to be and who I'm going to play.
That's right. He's got an Excel spreadsheet that, man, he can plug it in there, and it computes it just as quicker than GHSA can. So
yep. I kind of wished I probably had that sometime.
He's done that in baseball for a long time.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But anyway, so play Clinch tomorrow night, then maybe Turner, then maybe Miller.
Mm-hmm.
So win all those ball games, and we'll be region champs. And
that's right.
If all those games are on the road except for the Miller County. So if you're available tomorrow afternoon, go over to Homerville and watch the Lady Dogs as they take on Clinch County. I don't know if they go by Pantherettes or Lady Panthers or what they going by these days. But anyway, Clinch County. Jeremy, are you going to make that trip tomorrow afternoon?
I'm planning on making that trip, yes.
All right, Jeremy will be there. I don't know who will be talking.
I'm going to talk.
Hey, Jeremy will talk. So.
Hey, I did Atkinson. I was there.
Yeah, for the Atkinson game. Yeah, he was there.
Without Keith.
So Jeremy will
probably wasn't quite as entertaining as it would be with Keith, but
Jeremy will take care of that end of it tomorrow too. So join the Lanier County Network tomorrow afternoon over in Homerville. Coach, anything else we've missed this afternoon? I do want to mention about the middle school girls winning the conference championship.
Yep, they went over to Hawkinsville on Saturday, and my understanding is, really kind of lit it up early. Yeah. And then Jaden Benefield, from my understanding, pitched an excellent ball game. And she's one of those kids. Even now, she can pitch at the varsity level. She throws the ball hard enough, and she moves it around well enough that she could be up, and she'll be a good addition for us next year when she comes up. So. I was proud of them. They real happy for them. I kind of kept up with them. Some folks texting back and forth, and they had a little walk through the middle school today, celebrating their championship, and I think it's awesome. I mean, I really do. It's good. Those girls worked extremely hard last couple of years, and they worked really hard this year. So it was a great ending to the year that they've had. So
that's right. Well, we talked about it Saturday a little bit, trying to figure out when the last time we had won a middle school championship. We didn't know in softball, but the last one in any sport, Coach Vincent had won a basketball championship a few years ago. Of course, we got a lot of second place finishes last year.
That's right.
I've got second place in middle school baseball 2 years in a row. I'm going to give it up and let somebody else try to win one.
Somebody else have one. But, we've been really kind of, on the edge for the last few years and with pretty much, everything related to that. So especially in the softball area, we've been close in a lot of situations. It's just a matter of, I think, last year the varsity got over the hump to Columbus, and then that just kind of feeds into the next year of what you're trying to look to do, because you know that you can get there and you know what it's like and you know that experience, so therefore you want to repeat it. And then same for these girls. They've been in a championship game, lost a couple times. They know what it's like. They want to repeat it and get back to it. So
that's right. When
they got there, I think this year they closed it out. But that, for the most part, they haven't had a whole lot of real tough games. They've had a few.
That's right.
But for the most part, our middle school team has played extremely well and kind of run through folks pretty well this year. But again, we've talked numerous times about how strong that group is from the 6th grade on up. So
that's right. Well, their toughest competition, I didn't miss very many of those middle school games. I had a kid playing, so I was at a lot of them. Wilcox County, which is a region opponent,
right.
When those girls they may not be now, but they've been being. Wilcox County gave them the best game they've played all year. They won that ball game 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden struck out 18.
Yeah.
The Wilcox girls struck out 15.
Exactly.
so we had 2 hits, scored 2 runs.
Yeah. Well, you knew watching them early. I watched the first couple of innings of that ball game before we went up to get ready for the varsity game. But you knew it was going to be a pitcher's duel early. Both of those girls throw the ball well.
That's right.
So, but that just tells you what kind of competition you're going to have in the next few years. They'll be going, if they're, you see them, they're going to be going head to head. It depends on how it happens. But
that's right.
We'll see what happens. But other than that, real proud of them, happy for them, and just. Kind of like I said before, it just tells you kind of where we are and where we're going at this point.
That's right. All right, Jeremy, anything else before we sign off? We're going to take a break. We're going to let Coach Brunell get out of here. He's got a long ride back to Douglas or almost to Broxton, ain't
all
it?
To Broxton, all the way to Broxton.
So,
50 miles from door to door.
got started a little early this afternoon. We're going to come back and talk a little football. Coach Williams unable to make it this afternoon, but we're going to talk a little bit about football anyway. He's feeling under the weather. He may be watching at home. I don't know if he is. Hope you're feeling better, Coach. But Coach, we'll let you get out of here, and we'll let Jeremy take care of our sponsors, and we'll come back in about 2 minutes.
All right, that'll work.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
Oh, there's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop?
Down.
It's down in the sphere. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lanier County Coaches Show. And we're here live still from the Huddle House here in downtown Lakeland. If you haven't had dinner yet, stop by and see Mr. Jimmy Brown's staff. They'll take care of you. They told us earlier that if you purchase at least a $7 or more adult meal, your kid eat free. So I think they'll give you one per adult meal. So Mondays and Tuesday nights, stop in and eat with them, and kids eat free. Can't beat that deal. We've done with Coach Rob Brunell with the softball, and want to talk a little bit about football. Want to mention again, Coach Kurt Williams a little bit under the weather this evening, unable to make it. You see his chair is vacant. Jeremy's over on the controls, but
and if I didn't have to be on the controls, I'd get over there with you.
That's right. But we'll do want to say how proud we are of that big homecoming win we had Friday night at Rockmore Stadium. Bulldogs defeated Atkinson County 28-21. Scored 21 points in the first half. Held Atco to 7, and then held on, scored a defensive touchdown in the second half, and won that ball game 28-21. Very exciting ball game. If you tuned in and watched our broadcast, you probably saw just how excited I was about it. Really have been wanting for a long time for us to have a successful football program, and I think we're on the right track, Jeremy. We haven't had too many blowout losses this year. We had tough loss up in Wilcox, but other than that, every ball game this year, our kids have been in the fight. We've lost some close games. Very well could be 4-1 right now. Instead, we're 2-3. A couple of things to note. I'm about to pull it up on my phone because I don't have as great a memory as I used to. Right now, Bulldogs are sitting at 2-3 overall, 1-1 in Region 2A. The win on Friday night was the first region win for a Bulldog team since 9/16 of 2016, when we defeated Wilcox County here at home. And then we secured our first multi-win season since that same year of 2013. And we won our first homecoming game since we beat Wilcox back in October 3rd of 2013. So a lot of firsts on Friday night, and good to see our program kind of getting on track a little bit. Got a lot of phone calls, a lot of texts from folks from around the area that I know in the football world and said, hey, we're very proud for y'all's football program. Proud to see y'all having some success. And, man, we are too. We appreciate all those compliments from everybody. And I know Coach Kurt Williams is ecstatic about how his team performed this past week. And I know was probably fit to be tied this afternoon because he couldn't get out there on that practice field with his guys. I drove by, stopped for a few minutes. They seemed to be pretty well most everybody out there practicing today. I saw a couple of people who were not dressed out due to injury, but nothing too serious. So I believe Roy Johnson was not in uniform. Brooks Ballrath was not in uniform. Not sure what Roy may have had happened. He had a big defensive touchdown on Friday night. Not sure what he had something on his arm, but not a sling. Might have just been something taped up, but he wasn't in pads this afternoon, and neither was Brooks. Brooks, starting linebacker. I know Brooks could have thought he may have had mild concussion, but that wasn't confirmed. But he was running around out there this afternoon, not in pads, but at practice. Don't remember seeing anybody else. Looked like most everybody else was out there working hard. Had the team split up in their individual drills, O-line, D-line, and then your special team, not special teams, but your skill players and running backs, quarterbacks, and receivers all in different groups. And looked like the coaching staff, Will Detter, Sean Sharp, and all those guys had everybody working as usual. And I'm sure Coach Williams is chomping at the bit to get back out there tomorrow afternoon. Jeremy, this week, Bulldogs will travel up to Turner County, so we'll go up and I think that's a stadium we haven't been to in a couple of years. Not sure where they put you. They may put you on the home side. I'm not sure.
Well, there's only a press box on the home side.
All right. So
yeah.
If you can't make that trip up to Ashburn, you can catch the game live on the network here. We'll have it probably could be on the air right around 7:30. Turner County coming off of a win over Charlton County, 21-14 this past Friday evening. Turner's 4-1 on the year. Their one loss being, I think, a 12-10 loss to Taylor County. Taylor County out of Region 4A. So Bulldogs look to try to get their second win in the region and their third win on the season and even their record at 3-3. Turner County looking to go to 5-1 and continue their climb up to power ratings. And as we've talked about earlier with softball, man, we'd be glad to get rid of those power ratings. But I believe, I'm not sure where Turner's at right now. Lanier County currently sits at number 30 in the power rankings. They're 6 spots out of the playoffs. A couple of more wins, and we could be talking about playoff football in November. Would be very, very good.
That would be very good, yes.
Be exciting for this community. Just cannot say enough about that homecoming win Friday night. Don't know if there's ever been a more exciting game at Rockmore Field than that one was. Very, very. That crowd was full at homecoming. You had a bunch of all the kids were there because of the homecoming, and we'd like to see all of them continue to come back. You don't have to be homecoming to come support the Dogs, and all those guys that come out and saw those kids and keep coming back and watch I know you saw an exciting football game, and I didn't see a whole lot of people leave. Stadium stayed full right down to the final whistle, and we needed every second to win it, and we used it all and come out on top. Jeremy, I don't know if there's anything else Coach Kurt could have texted me and said if he had anything else he'd like me to say, but
Let's fly back over to softball for a minute. You were talking about the Wilcox-Charlton game. He's on YouTube. I just brought it up right here. 0-0, top of the first. They just started.
Okay, so if you're interested in, and Jeremy has asked me to do this, and I cannot remember to do it, but listen to this. If you're interested in that Charlton-Wilcox game, which is very, very important to us, because if Wilcox were to lose, we would probably clinch the region championship. So if you want to watch that game, you can tune in to the Charlton Sports Network. Best way I know to do it is go to backroadsports.tv.
Backroadsports.tv.
Log in there, go to the Charlton County Sports Network link that is on the backroadsports.tv website. Tune in to Mr. Adam Bell and watch that game live right now down in Folkestone. And like I say, it has big region implications, not only for those two teams, but for us also. And
it just started. They just got a second out.
So Mr. Adam Bell, he kind of was the pioneer of this stuff that we're doing tonight. And he started all that back a few years ago down in Folkestone, and all of us have kind of.
I'm not sure which one of us actually started first, but I mean I know I wasn't first, but between the other two, because Homerville and Folkestone,
Adam started it. Adam was the first one to do it. Yeah. Yeah, you have Creek Box over in Homerville. You might have been ahead of Creek Box. And then you have Deep Productions up in Telfair that's also. So anytime you cannot find Lanier County Network hosting a game or carrying a game on the Lanier County Network YouTube channel, go to backroadsports.tv and you may find one of those sister stations that's carrying the game if we're not on. Or if you're interested in seeing their games, like this afternoon, a very important game down in Folkestone, tune in to backroadsports.tv and find them. Well, Jeremy, anything else you'd like to cover before we sign off?
There's nothing else.
If not, tune in tomorrow afternoon, and that game starts at 6 p.m. live over in Homerville. Jeremy will be there. He'll be covering the game, Lady Dogs versus the Clinch County Panthers. Until then, we'll see you then.